Hi, welcome. This is Gemma Smith with All Things Real Estate, and I'm continuing on in our segmentation of estate planning. And do I have a special treat for you in this segmentation? I have a special guest, Maggie, and I will have her introduce herself because you want to hear exactly who she is because she's such a valuable individual in regards to estate planning, and you don't want to miss any episodes of this segmentation. So Maggie, welcome to All Things Real Estate with Gemma Smith.
Hi, Gemma. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited. Hi, I'm Maggie LaBranch-Gonzales. I am an attorney. I work with Litherland, Kennedy and Associates. We're an estate planning and elder care law firm located in Campbell, California. About me, I'm an attorney. I've been practicing for over 12 years now. I grew up here in the Bay Area. I went to Prospect High School. Go Panthers, if anybody's out there. So I have a really great understanding about what makes estate planning so unique here in Silicon Valley, which is different in, Redding, Fresno, different areas of the state. So that's a little bit about me.
Well, thank you so much. And again, welcome Maggie to All Things Real Estate with Gemma Smith. Let's start talking about in this first segment about the difference between and the pros and cons between both wills and trusts.
That's always a really great question is, well, why can't I just have a will? Why do I really need a trust? So the first thing is in the state of California, if you want to avoid probate, that's the big scary word that everyone hears about is probate. If you have assets, whether it's real property or personal property valued more than $166,000, then you have to have a trust to avoid probate. So that's the big number. You can still have a will. So a will nominates an executor. It says how your estate should be divided, but it doesn't avoid probate at all. So just having a will means you're still going to have to go to probate. And the scary thing about probate, I think that everyone thinks of first is, well, the fees. How much is a probate going to cost my estate, my kids, my benefit, whoever that is? Let's just look at a quick example. Let's say you're the average person, you have $1 million, right? Maybe you just have your $1 million house. So you don't have a lot of cash or the cash is all in your accounts and there's beneficiaries. So let's just say you have your $1 million house, $46,000 in statutorily set fees and costs for probate. That doesn't include the cost to sell it, right? If you hire Gemma, she's going to get her real estate fees. That's all part of the contract. That's separate. Just going to court, you're going to have to pay not you, but your kids or beneficiaries, $46,000. The other scary thing about probate is it's not private. You're in court. All of the documents that are filed in court are part of the public record. So anyone can pull that documentation. They can go sit at the hearing. They can hear what your estate is valued. They'll be able to find out the beneficiaries' names, their addresses, how much money they're going to get. And it's also time consuming. In Santa Clara County, we have one probate judge, one for all of our 2 million residents. I heard we're getting another one, so 2 now for all of these people. So going to probate is going to take a couple of years on average. If you have a trust, it does all of those things. It says who your trustees are. It says how your estate is going to get divided. It's completely private. Nothing's ever recorded. It's not filed in court. No one's going to find out about how much your estate is worth. There's no fees that are set by the state of California. It's, again, the time is fractional at that point. There's a couple of statutory things that have to happen, but it's a fraction of the time overall. So that's the big thing about having a trust.
Now, is there any cons against, or are we just talking about the will versus the living trust?
That's just sort of the will versus the trust. What's the con of having a trust? It can be a little expensive to set it up in the front, but what you're getting by paying that in advance, you're going to get in the long run for your family members, your beneficiaries, whoever that is. It's already set up. There's nothing, you're still filing taxes as your social security number. So it's not like it's a big inconvenience. It does require you to do a little bit of funding. That's what we call putting the assets into the trust. So retitling your bank account, retitling your real property. I'm sure you've come across that. So that is the biggest con, is it still requires you to do a little bit of homework on your end to make sure that it still goes correctly. But the advantages far exceed the disadvantages of having a trust.
Well, very good. Well, one of the things that we're going to be hosting in March, on March 18th, Thursday at 6 p.m. It's a free webinar. And Maggie will be able to share more at length in regards to the living trust and everything that it encumbers. And so if you have any questions whatsoever, regarding trust, this will be your opportunity. So I thank you so much for your willingness to jump on this webinar and, offer your information as well as a question and answers, because I know that since I shared the fact that we're going to have this webinar, have all these questions being asked of me, I said, that you have to, I can't answer that for you, but Maggie will be able to. They will be able to answer all your questions. So write them down, have them prepared, so during that webinar you'll have the opportunity to ask your questions. So again, this is just a short segmentation of what we're going to do on March the 18th. So again, this is Gemma Smith, All Things Real Estate. I want to thank you as always for joining us. I want to thank Maggie for being here with us today, and you won't want to miss the next segmentation. So continue to stay safe and healthy.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.